Hi fellas, old Brit Dave here. Yeah, I'm just reading about our old famed Crusader King. He's a demon to the left wing and the woke, and he's called all the names under the sun. Every bad term you can imagine he's been called, but in fact remains he's certainly a hero of the Catholic religion and a hero of England. His statue still adorns the Houses of Parliament right outside. It's quite beautiful. I must say, even by today's standards. The thing is about these regressive woke people is like they're talking here about the meeting outside Clermont, well, tens of thousands of people, where Pope Urban called for the First Crusade help for the Eastern Byzantine Church, which was being overrun by the very brutal and notoriously brutal and barbaric Seljuk Turks. The thing is, all the regressive far left turn around and say, "Oh, it was, to try and take guilt off a certain ideology, which I won't name, I don't name." They try and say, "Oh, he exaggerated their atrocities and all that," and he didn't at all. Naturally, the people, very conservative, old-fashioned people of Catholic people of England and France, were horrified at the thought of these barbarians taking all their kids and killing the dads, enslaving the mums, taking all the kids and selling them to old perverts. It would be pretty horrific, wouldn't it? Because this is what they did. And there were records even then, just like ISIS, of skinning and impaling people on spikes. This was their usual punishment for Christians, especially for Turks, right up until about 1917. Ask how if the Turkish members of that ideology were so great. Ask them why they wiped out. They did war crimes on a couple of British regiments, which they did, as the Germans did too. But the exploits, the atrocities against the good, basically good Christian people in the Middle East and the Byzantine East were not exaggerated. If it wasn't true about them taking little girls and boys to be sold as sex slaves, then begs the question, then why did ISIS continue this, marrying 6 and 7-year-old girls, 5, 6, 7-year-old girls? And the way of marrying them, by the way, it was the same as Old Mo. They threw the headband on them and claimed them as property, and that's all they were to them. Property. That's all they are. Girls and women are still property to that group of people today. That's all they are. We're just shackles. We're shackles to be bought, sold, and used. So I'm getting into this. I'm sure this video will probably get took off, despite I've not mentioned the name of the ideology, but I'm sure you know which ideology I'm talking about. It's the ideology that did conquer and wipe out Christian Lebanon, Syria, most of Israel, not whole of North Africa. Yep, it's that ideology that wiped out 600 years of Christianity, which was so much better than what they had to offer. It drew their envious eye, because we're so productive and such good farmers and jewelers and builders. There's still buildings that were built like 200 and 300 years before Old Mo. I'll just leave it at that, Old Mo. There's still stone buildings built 200 and 300 years before Old Mo reared his ugly head. Do you know that? They're still standing today in northern Syria. So do some more research. My old dad was a bit of a my old dad was a World War II veteran, a bit of a hero really, and he told me all about the truth of this ideology when I was a young boy. I think my elder brothers were too busy, pursuing girls and money and what have you. But he took the time to tell me about it, and I've never forgotten. And it was all perfectly true. All perfectly true, what Churchill wrote, what he told me.